Hello everybody, this is Jurassic Adventures, and in this video I will be repainting a Savage Strike Dilophosaurus in this bright purple color scheme into a Jurassic Park 1 Dilophosaurus. Let's waste no time and get into it. First, let's get this dinosaur out the packaging. So now that the Dilophosaurus is out of the packaging, I'm going to prep it with some rubbing alcohol. Now we can get into painting. For the base coat on this figure, I'll be using Tamiya Dark Yellow. Now that the base coat is done, I'm going to dry brush with some vintage white. The Dilophosaurus is all dry brushed now, and as you can see, you still see a little bit of the tan underneath, but not nearly as much, and it's more of the cream-white color that the underbelly of the dinosaur is. Now we can move on to the green. So for the first coat, it's pretty light. We're going to do this Forest Moss by Folkart. Now that the light green coat is done, I'm going to move on to a darker green coat. Now that we have the dark green coat done, we can move into the yellow on the frill. Now that I am done with the yellow on the frill, I will move to a dark olive green on the edge of the frill and on the back of the frill. After applying this paint, I realized that it was too dark for the color I was going for, but that's okay because we actually did a different step, which is the really dark outer layer of the frill and the back of the frill. So I'm going to do a little bit more touch-ups with this color, and then I'm going to move on to the actual shade of green I was intending to do last step. I now have the actual green color I want mixed up and in the airbrush, so let's get that done. Now that this step is completed, I think the Dilophosaurus is starting to look really good. But the next thing I need to do is I'm going to airbrush on some of this rose pink for the feet and the hands. The feet and the hands are done and they have the pink applied. I did add a little bit of a brown wash to the pink to tone it down because it is a little bit harsh, but now it looks good. But now what we can do is we can start doing the pattern on the frill, the red and the white. We're going to start with the red first, do that signature diamond pattern. Wow, look at that. The red stripes are finished and it looks really nice. So now what we gotta do is we gotta highlight those red stripes with a little bit of white. Now here is the Dilophosaurus with the white stripes. As you can see, it's very striking, very aggressive looking, very flashy, like a warning sign. I'm gonna do the tiny little green dots in between on the yellow on the frill. As you can see, I added all the little dots on the frill, and that's pretty much it for the frill. Now what we have to do is the dark green markings along the back and the head that are also highlighted in white. So what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to actually do those first in white, and then I'll go over them in green, and then I will leave the white edges. Now what we'll be doing is we'll be painting the dark green over the white. Now that the green is done, it looks very good. Much closer to the original Dilophosaurus. We're almost done with this repaint. Next thing I'm going to start to do is the little details like the eye, the inside of the mouth, and the claws. The first thing I'm going to do is the eye. So first I'm going to paint it white because that helps this color, the yellow, and this is a new yellow I'm using, the color shift. It's kind of cool. It looks like iridescent, so you get like a bunch of different colors in there. But it helps that look more vibrant. It's a good idea with the bright color eyes to paint a little bit of white before you paint the color, because then it makes it really pop. Now I'm done with the eyes and they look pretty good. Here I can zoom in so you can see them a little bit better. But pretty good. I'm gonna paint the inside of the mouth. I'm now done with the mouth, so now I'm gonna move on to the claws. All the paint applications are now done on this Dilophosaurus and it is ready to get a matte coat and be sealed. I applied the matte coat to the Dilophosaurus, and so now the final step is to just apply the gloss to the eyes, the mouth, and the claws. And that, guys, is the end of this repaint. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, this is Jurassic Adventures. See you in the next video.